Hi, everyone. I'm Kelly Morris. I am here with Angela Pawlikowski. She is on the international board of IASIU, serving currently as our secretary. Hello, Angela.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. It was great to see you last week in Chicago.
Yeah, it was a fun time. It was a great board meeting.
It was, it was. So, we're here to talk about certifications because you are the certification committee chair. So, what is CIFA?
So, yes, CIFA stands for the Certified Insurance Fraud Analyst. That is a designation program that is very specific to the analyst community within our SIUs. Uh, any analyst should be well versed in the topics that are covered in the designation program, or at least very familiar with them in their day-to-day work.
So I understand that it was redesigned back in 2023. What was redesigned then and how?
Pretty much everything. Just for some perspective, the old test was it was just a written pass fail closed test, and the management company would mail laptops, physically mail the laptops to the proctor of the CIFA exam. The candidates would then take their test on that laptop, and then we would have to mail them back. So the process was
Wow.
cumbersome, to say the least.
Yeah.
What was new in 2023 is we got rid of all that laptop business, and through a partnership with NICB, we were able to house the written exam, or I shouldn't say written, but it's online exam on the NICTA platform. And instead of it being a closed book test, it's an open book test. It is still timed, but you still have the ability to kind of search out solutions that you need to answer questions in order to be successful on the exam. Yeah, it's a different approach altogether, really. In addition to the test, we also have 3 practical exercises that give the analysts an opportunity to show their skills that way too.
Awesome. So what makes the CIFA unique in a sea of so many certifications that are out there?
Right. Yeah. I think it's a real life approach. The analysts are able to, as I mentioned, they can go seek out answers and solutions and go research what they need in order to complete a task. I mentioned those practical exams. There's 3 of those. So once you pass the written exam, you get assigned a mentor. And I think that's unique to this designation as well. A mentor is someone that's in our analyst community, that's an IASIU member that has already gone through the process, and they kind of steward you through those exercises if you need it. We have some analyst candidates that zip right through it and don't need a lot of guidance, but if there are questions or reinforcement is needed, that mentor is available to them through that process. It's not you pass or fail it. It's, hey, you need to pay attention to this, or why don't you focus in harder at this area in order to get to a point where you pass through that practical. So it's very real life. It's not
Yeah.
about studying for a test and taking a test. It's more about experience, basing what you know and how you research and applying that to the designation.
So this CIFA, is it just for analysts?
I would say so. I think the other important thing to mention is that you have to be an IASU member in order to go through the designation program. That's primarily because we have access to NICTA and it's free to our members, and there's additional training that they have to do. So right now we just offer it to IASU members, but really it's analysts anywhere in our fraud fighting community. It could be from a carrier. We have NICB analysts that go through the designation program. So anyone that is an analyst in our SIU community is welcome to apply.
So what are the advantages of having a CIFA?
Well, it's much like the CIFI or CIFR, any of the designations that IASU offers. I mean, it's a professional recognition in your field, certainly. It could be a resume builder for the individual. It really adds qualifications for expert court testimony. Those are just some of the highlights of the advantages. But certainly, ensuring the high standards in our industry is kind of our goal in the certifications committee.
So how does one begin the process of getting certified? Where do you begin?
Would go to the website. So IASIU.org, you would navigate over to the certifications tab and you can choose the CIFA and it'll give you all the information, some of what we covered today and some that would be also be new, but it gives you the application button that you can click on once you apply and pay. It's a $200 fee. Once you pay for that fee, you get your link to take the written exam and you're off and running at that point.
Okay, so the fee for it is just $200, and is there any additional fees after that to renew?
Um, so similar to the CIFI, we have an ongoing recertification process that runs across 3 years. So once if you're awarded the CIFI in 2025, you have 3 years before you have to renew it, and that renewal fee is $100 at the end of 3 years, providing that you have logged in and documented your continuing ed training. And that's another benefit of being a member of IASU is that we have fraud training all over the place, right? Whether it's a chapter event, our annual conference, which this year in August will be in Denver. And also through the webinars, we have 2 webinars a month for our members to access. So um, the credits remain the same, similar to Sci-Fi, where it's 60 credits over 3 years. So it's pretty much 20 a year. The only difference is we ask the analysts to try to do 10 hours over that 3-year period of analytical type training. And that can be from any source. So if you take a class or an ICB, you can use that, LinkedIn, whatever source you can find those analytical classes and training, we will count.
Well, this sounds like a great opportunity for the analysts out there. Thanks for all your hard work on putting this together.
Yeah, we're really proud of it. Like I said, we had a lot of collaboration with an ICB back in 2023 to revamp it, and I think greatly improve the experience not only for the candidates but also for I asked you to get the word out, and we're anxious to see the designation grow and have more and more analysts with sci-fi behind their name, or sci-fi I should say.
That's right. And if anyone has any questions, they can reach out to you or any other chapter members.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm the chair, but you can reach out to me. Certainly, you can send any messages through the website as well, and that will find its way to me. But I'm happy to answer any questions anybody might have.
Awesome. Well, I look forward to seeing you again in Denver in August. And thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you, Kelly.